One thing that both girls really shared was photography and art. So the night before, they were actually painting in their room after having a girls' night. We all kind of hung out downstairs. We were watching movies with some of my friends, and it was just a really good night. Another thing I remember was eating breakfast with her that morning. My dad had made banana pancakes, and we sat there and we ate, and that was our last meal together, and I'll never forget that.
She said Riley did not see him with a white scarf. She said that he kind of had the lower part of his face obscured, but it just looked like he was overdressed, not actually hiding. And so I said, so therefore it didn't concern her that much. Did Riley say he's the therefore it didn't concern her that much? Did Riley say he's the sandy-haired guy that I keep hearing about? Also the weird quotes about not blue eyes. That just seems an odd statement. Do you know where that came from? And did law enforcement speak to Riley? Offer a photo lineup of a PO. 4 times. Person Riley. Offer a photo lineup of a PO. 4 times. A person of interest. I'm sorry if this is all too pushy. Thanks for being open. Blah 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 blah. Was Kelsey on that trail earlier that day? Because she had said that she had seen Kelsey, so I thought it was on the trail. She writes, reason Riley even noticed him. She had said hi to a dog walker earlier, and he said hi back. This guy just gave her a look. Riley said yes, reddish hair, and remembered nothing about blue eyes or not having blue eyes. That must have come from someone else. Law enforcement did speak to Riley the night the girls were found, and that time is when she sat with a sketch artist. They did not offer a photo lineup of a person of interest. I think at that point they didn't have one. They have not contacted her since. Kelsey was not on the trail. Riley saw her at Kelsey's boyfriend's house. She is the brother. She is the brother to one of Riley's friends. No, she didn't know that I knew. We knew about Abby and Libby missing very early because of that, because of the friendship thing, right? So Kelsey would have told Chase, would have told Bree, I assume. So Kelsey would have told Chase, would have told Bree, I assume. Riley's friend messengered Riley almost as soon as the family was concerned. So assuming they all got off the bridge, Kelsey's calling Chase, freaking out. Chase tells Bree, Bree tells Riley. That's what I'm assuming happened. Is there any truth to the idea the guy looks like Jimmy Duvall? I said, and so the paperboy hat is just truly made up by law enforcement? I really, thank you so much for doing the da-da-da.
What about the Jimmy Duvall? Did she answer that?
She said, and I said, I won't ever mention Riley. She said, when Jimmy Duvall came up, I showed Riley a picture. I didn't do that with all of the FB suspects. I'm assuming that's Facebook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, not Green Bridge.
Because she's in the groups.
Yeah. Right. Because there were tons of them. But his history, i.e. Jimmy Duvall's, made me ask. He was the only one, tons of them. But his history, i.e. Jimmy Duvall's, made me ask. He was the only one who Riley said, yeah, that could be him. That's not definitely him, but it could be. Riley noticed a hat that day, but I don't think she really remembered what kind, aside from she didn't think it was a regular winter hat. The hat may just be a grasp.
And then he's noticed the hat. Go ahead, Caleb.
Do you know Chad Swank?
Huh?
You know Chad Swank?
I've heard the name.
Oh, okay, go on. Go ahead.
Daniel Pearson said the hat in the sketch is accurate.
Right. It is a paperboy.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah. She's shorter than she's looking up. You know, I mean, she's going to get a better look
Just
at
one
the hat.
point that came up in you reading that.
I think that was right.
I believe that Kelsey acknowledges a phone call to her boyfriend.
Yeah, 138.
Right, which is a connection here, Riley.
But what I find much more interesting is that it sounds to me like Kelsey spent the night or was over with Chase Wilbur on the morning because Riley came over clearly to go pick up Bree. So how does that fit with your 11 o'clock time online that she came down
She went
and
back
asked?
home.
Well,
Patty's who knows. You know, they're the ones that I
No, not good, yeah.
not Derek and not some of these other people, but when it comes to Becky's story,
but isn't there a long, or am I just making this up in my own mind, which is that there's lots of discussions about the morning of and how the girls were lingering around. Isn't Kelsey somewhere on camera?
Another thing I remember was eating breakfast with her that morning. My dad had made banana pancakes and we sat there and we ate, and that was our last meal together, and I'll never forget.